So on Instagram recently, I posted a poll whether or not you guys wanted to see how I make cold brew coffee at home. So we're just hanging out here at my apartment today. I've got David, Sam's working on her art, and Josh is behind the camera.
Boom!
So we're gonna get started. These are really simple ingredients. You don't need a lot to make cold brew coffee. At home, I do have a scale just for the purposes of being exact, but you really can just measure it out however you'd like. The coffee that we have is already coarsely ground. We do have our French press that we use all the time. This is really great because it confines everything in one vessel. You can just press it down, it's easy cleanup. And then just some water. We just have it in a water bottle here. I'm gonna place this on my scale and then zero it so that we can measure exactly how much coffee we put in here. Take a scoop, and we're gonna do 90 grams of coffee to 540 grams of water. That's just the concentration I like. Some people like it stronger, especially if you dilute it with water later on. But if you're just pouring it over ice, you can put more water into this portion earlier on. And we don't have a coffee grinder at home, so we do grind it at the grocery store. But a good way to keep it fresh is to just get a sealable container. After you zero this whole thing again, it will measure just the amount of water that you're putting in, and when you pour it in, you're gonna want to circle it around, make sure that all of the beans get submerged. So here we go. Okay, so next step is you stir it together with a wooden stir stick. Where's my stir stick?
Oh!
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
So you're not gonna want to stir the whole thing together. You simply press the sides down so that all of the grounds get into the water, but you don't want to agitate it too much. So now that we have this all complete, it's sitting in its nice little water bath, we're gonna just put it back in the container. Do not plunge it down yet. You just place it on top. A lot of people like to keep this sitting out just on their counter overnight. Because I like to do a full 24 hours of the coffee sitting in the water, I do put it in my refrigerator. So it just sits in there overnight and throughout the next day. So the next morning I plunge it down, pour it out, and you have already cold brew coffee. So I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator now. I have a huge mason jar that I put all of the coffee into. Once I've plunged it really slowly, just pour it into another container that's also sealable. It will last longer that way, and you can keep it cold in the refrigerator. Cold brew coffee is super concentrated. It does have a higher level of caffeine and a smoother taste. If you put it over ice, even if it's cold, it will slowly kind of dissolve and help dilute the really concentrated flavor. We got our glass, we got our cold brew coffee, and we're just going to enjoy.